What is up, YouTube? I'm bringing you guys another Pokemon X and Wi-Fi battle. Sorry it's been a long time since I've recorded, but I'm going to be uploading a few battle videos today. This time it's going to be against my friend Asho from my PSS. She's going to be bringing her Garchomp, and she's going to be bringing a Malpyro, a Meowstic, Breloom, Raikou, and Kingdra, versus my main team, Weezing, Charizard X, Landorus, a Hitmonchan, my Ferrothorn, and my Greninja. So, why don't you check out the battle? Alright, so she's gonna end up starting off with her shiny Kingdra, as I start off with my, Weezing. So I figured Weezing could wall anything, so she goes for an Ice Beam, and my Weezing's gonna take that quite well. I actually start off with a Will-O-Wisp, because if I can get some residual damage on her team each turn, then you wanna know that's good enough for me. So I'm gonna heal up using my Black Sludge, and, she's gonna be taking some burn damage. Now, so, I go for Sludge Bomb, and, I'm gonna start healing up again, so I'm almost at full health again. So now, she, is gonna get hurt by her burn again. And now I switch out Weezing, because I'm honestly predicting another Ice Beam to come my way, and since Ferrothorn can take that pretty well, I'm going to go out in a Ferrothorn. So, actually, she goes for Hydro Pump, and lands it. However, that's not going to do too much to Ferrothorn, so she's going to keep getting burned, and now I have a free turn to start setting up entry hazards, as she goes for an Ice Beam. So, Ferrothorn's going to take that pretty well, and I'm going to get up my Stealth Rock. Now, before Ferrothorn goes down, he'll be able to take one more Ice Beam, but honestly, Kingdra might not even live till its next turn, so she does go for another Ice Beam, and this is where I start setting up my layers of spikes, and she's not gonna be able to take me down, unfortunately for her. Her Kingdra's going down to the burn. So now, her Pokemon are gonna start taking damage from the rocks and from the spikes. So she sends out her Malpyro, which is going to get hurt by the rocks and spikes. And now, I figured she was going to go for a Fire-type attack, but there's no point even switching out, because Ferrothorn's going down anyways. So she's going to go for an Incinerate, and that's going to take out my Ferrothorn. And now, I'm going to start going out in my Weezing, because I know it can wall this Pyroar. And, I go for a Sludge Bomb. And, unfortunately, I don't get the poison, but it does a hefty amount of damage, so I'm going to heal up again. And, I switch out my Weezing, and, next I go out into my Charizard, because if he goes for a Fire-type attack, Charizard can take that pretty well. And, she actually goes for an Overheat. That won't do too much to my Charizard, but, now her, Pyroar's special attack goes down, and she withdraws Pyroar, not too sure why, because I wasn't going to use a Fire-type attack on it or anything. So, she does send in a Raikou, but I think she predicted me to still be a Flying type, so she's going to get off her pressure, and I'm going to Mega Evolve now, and now my shiny Charizard X, and what I did was, I went for a Dragon Claw, because I figured that would have just taken out the Pyroar, but actually, my Dragon Claw brings this Raikou down to very low health, and she goes for a Bulldoze, and that's going to lower my speed. So, fortunately, I went for Roost that turn, because now I can heal up my Charizard X. Now, she actually goes for a Thunderbolt, not too sure why, because I resisted 4 times, but she does get a critical hit, so I guess, you know, that's her justice for me basically destroying her team. So I'm going to go for a Flame Burst to finish off this Raikou. And now she is going to send in her Garchomp, which is shiny. It's going to be hit by the Stealth Rock and the Spikes. Not taking too much damage though. If I had Ferrothorn, I could have set up 2 more layers of spikes. However, this is going to be a Mega battle. Mega Garchomp versus my Mega Charizard X. However, Charizard is not fast enough to take out this Garchomp, and she goes for a Dragon Claw, and that will finish me off. So, I'm not too worried at this point, because now I can go into my Hitmonchan, and I can straight up hit this thing with an Ice Punch. Now, I think that she might have actually predicted a fighting type attack. She's going to send out her Meow Stick as I go for an Ice Punch. And that will reveal that I have Ice Punch. So she's going to take a little bit of damage from the rocks and spikes. And I switch out because you want to know what? This thing most likely has a Psychic type attack. I would be pretty disturbed if it didn't. So she does go for a Psychic type attack, and Greninja resists it. So that's pretty good for me. So she's going to switch out predicting maybe a Dark type attack. But actually, so she sends in her Shiny Breloom, which is going to be taking damage from the rocks and the spikes. So actually I did go for a Dark type attack. I went for Dark Pulse. It does a lot more to this Breloom than I thought it would. I'm going to be taking a little bit of damage from my Life Orb. So I see this thing is Poison Heal, and I don't want this thing getting off a substitute. I didn't know if this thing would have Mach Punch or not. So what I did was I went into my Hitmonchan just to be safe. And, fortunately for me, I did switch out because he does have Mach Punch, and I knew that. So, she switches out, and, goes into her Pyro. Not pretty sure if she thought it was going to go for an Ice type attack. She might have thought that. However, luckily for me, her Pyro is going down to the spikes because I didn't want Greninja to take any more damage from Life Orb for defeating that thing, and I didn't want it to outspeed Hitmonchan. So, she's going to go out in her Meowstic, which is going to start taking damage from the entry hazards I set up a few turns ago, and now I can just Bullet Punch this thing and take it out. Unfortunately, she goes for a Fake Out. She gets to hit me first, get off a little bit of damage. I have Inner Focus, so I get to go for the straight-up Bullet Punch, and I get 2 in a row because the first one didn't kill, unfortunately. So, now I'm a little concerned at what's going to happen for the rest of this game. So, she's going to go back out into her Breloom, which is going to start taking damage from the entry hazards, as I go for... well, she's actually going to go fast. She's going to go for a Mach Punch, and I go for the Ice Punch just so I can finish this thing off because I knew it would kill. Bullet Punch would not, however, and I don't want to take any more damage because she also has a priority move. And she goes out into her Mega Garchomp, which is going to take even more damage from the entry hazard. So even if this does kill Hitmonchan, Greninja can come in and one-shot it with Ice Beam. So I actually went for a Bullet Punch to get it off even more damage to assure a kill with Greninja, and that is going to take out Hitmonchan, unfortunately for me. So I go out into my trusty Weezing, and since it's like bulky, it can take out this Garchomp. So it goes for Dragon Claw, and I go for a Will-O-Wisp so I can weaken this thing's attack, and because I just want to get rid of it, just in case it does take out Weezing, I want it to be left with a burn. So it's going to get hit by the burn, and I'm going to regain some Black Sludge, and it's going to go for a Crunch, and that will not take out my Weezing because I'm invested in defense. Physical defense, that is. And I go for an Explosion. That's not only going to end my Weezing, but it's also going to end that Garchomp. And that's the battle, guys. I thought it was a pretty cool way to end the battle, you know, Explosion and take out the Garchomp. Weezing killing a Mega Garchomp, you don't see that too very often. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me what you guys think of the battle video. And stay tuned until next time for another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle.